objective here is to talk a little bit about the industry that we've been building collectively as companies and as teams, and how we are advancing that together. We'll spend a little bit of time as well talking about the new netbook and nettop category to build off some of the earlier conversations and some of the energy in this space around the show. And then lastly, we'll spend a little bit of time on some of the future areas we're working on. Collectively, we've done a lot in this industry over the last 30 years, and it's still a very exciting time, and we still have incredible opportunities. I titled this talk, The Digital Re-Evolution, because the truth of the matter is, depending on where you are on any given day, depending on what you're looking at and who you're talking to, you can still look at this industry and say, wow, it's right in the middle of a revolution, or you can look at this industry and say, wow, it's still in a great evolution. And we go back and forth between periods of revolutionary changes and evolutionary changes. And the great thing about our world and our industry is we get to continue to do this over and over and over again. And we see no changes or stopping in that momentum. If you go back to sort of build on this notion of revolution and evolution, to the beginning, it started with a very revolutionary change, the advent of the personal computer. Right? We're all very familiar with this, taking things that have traditionally been used by a very small number of people, and based on innovation in hardware and in software, we made computing available to everyone. It took time, it's still not there for everyone today, but it's been growing and growing. And as a result, we've gone from a revolution of technology to a continued evolution in the PC side. We have laptops, we have desktops, we have game machines, we have work machines, we have big machines, we have small machines. We have a tremendous number of different types of personal computers, and we continue to evolve in that space. And just as that part of our industry was growing and growing, there was a sudden switch or revolution where people took that same technology that had been there primarily for the desktop and brought it to the server side. So now all of a sudden we had a revolution on the server side, where we then built machines based on the low-cost hardware and software that was capable for email serving, web serving, database serving, file and print serving, all different types of servers. And then that part of the marketplace scaled and it grew, and it continues to grow. We see servers now today available for small businesses. We see and we'll hear about servers for the home today. As digital media continues to grow, there's an emerging marketplace for servers in the home to back up and store all of the digital media that continues to come out. Same thing in phones. We went from a revolution of having the first digital phone to now feature phones and smartphones. And people talk about mobile internet devices. So we see that change evolving. Specialized devices, music players and game machines and gas station pumps and slot machines at casinos, all different types of devices using software to evolve them. One of the most recent areas of change has been in media in the last 10 years. Taking all of the analog media, photos, music, videos, television, as we head in that direction, and turning analog media to digital media creates a wealth of content now for all of these devices. So we live in a world that's constantly shifting. As more things become digital, more devices, more content, we see periods of revolutionary change and evolutionary change, and it lends itself towards a global change in this industry that drives all of us, this industry, and truly society forward. The things that we work on together and the things that we get to participate on have impact in schools and in government, with our children and our parents. With society as a whole, we can see this. And so personally, I enjoy and am proud to work in this industry and look forward to the continued changes and evolution that all of you will make and that we'll make together. Now, you can look at any statistics to see the momentum. You can look at PCs, servers, broadband, smartphones, digital media. The change continues to go forward. And that's part of the excitement of the industry. Every direction, every way you look, there's opportunity for hardware manufacturers, software manufacturers, for service providers, for services, and again, for the users at the end of the food chain who are going to use this technology. There's opportunity for everyone involved, and the momentum keeps going. Now, this didn't happen by accident. The fact that we have this ongoing revolutionary change, the fact that we have opportunity, the fact that we are able to do so much together in partnership isn't an accident. A lot of work has gone on across all of our organizations to enable this revolution, evolution, change or concept. And it's around some core principles. At the heart of this is the fact that all of these devices and all of this software works together. The fact that collectively we use standards that allow us to plug different devices together and have them work. That media can work on a very small screen of a phone, to a laptop, to a desktop, to a television, to other devices. That we can share and connect things together, that's at the heart of this industry. It's a business plan and a framework that we've all worked on collectively together over the last 30 years. It's also about a channel that works. It's about having great partners on the software and the hardware side, on the retail side, on the distribution side, that allow us all to collectively move the industry forward. And if we didn't have sort of these principles, and we weren't able to connect the devices and work together, we would see that constant cycle where people make innovative changes. That innovation, along with interoperability, leads to lower costs because more players can bring new devices and new capabilities. So we get innovation, we get interoperability, we get lower costs, and then we get the market to grow. And new markets spring up. And so the servers, the mobile phones, the home servers, all these different areas continue to grow because of those core principles. The principles of working together, the principles of device and application compatibility, channels that work, a global network, broad partnership across so many different organizations. That's what allows our industry, that's what allows all of us to move forward together. And Microsoft has been committed to this principle, or these principles, and this industry for a long time, and will continue to do so. We build software platforms that complement the hardware that's built by so many of you, and the software industry as a whole, so that we can enable this connected ecosystem, that we can enable the connectivity from embedded devices, to phones, to desktops, to netbooks and nettops, which we'll talk about, to servers, to fixed function devices. Microsoft has had a commitment and will continue to provide the software platforms that allow us to all work together, that allow us to build out and continue to build out this industry. And so on the platform side, we continue to work on Windows as a basis for the platform. But we also have things like .NET and Silverlight for broader development platforms and for working across the internet. We're committed to interoperability, using open connections and standards, working with open two-way dialogue on our engagements, having data portability, ensuring that a basis of an open platform with a commitment to interoperability allows this industry and all of us to work together to take things and move them forward.